Hey guys, today just wanted to talk about my favorite movie of all time, a quick riff on the movie Phantasm.
Phantasm.
It's a tall guy that we're led to believe is from another dimension who is taking bodies from a mausoleum and sending them back through a two-pronged portal and turning them into little midgets to be his slaves. And the snarl or problem in this movie is a teenage boy and his family stumble upon him stealing the body of someone very close to them, and that ensues a whole mystery of little midget dwarfs killing people, flying spheres sucking the brains out of people, and just fingers turning into flies. Yellow blood pouring onto an ice cream truck vendor's supply. Yeah, this movie is absolutely fucking bonkers, and that's probably why I like it so much.
Not bad. We're hot as love, you know.
The first time I ever saw Phantasm, I was a young kid, and my dad had just realized that I was showing interest in horror movies. Like, I was watching all the Friday the 13th movies at his house. So he took me to the local video store, and his suggestion was to rent this exact tape. It was probably the first bizarre movie I've ever seen, and it has stuck with me ever since. I think I like this movie so much, not only because of how bizarre it is, but maybe a little bit of nostalgia from my dad showing it to me, and it just being the first weird movie I ever saw. If I were to rate the movie, I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's just so out there and wacky and fun, and the special effects are crazy. The soundtrack, oh my god, it is the first time I ever heard a soundtrack in a movie, and I'm not talking like songs from bands, I'm talking like the score. It is just fucking haunting and awesome. I've gone out of my way to get the score on vinyl. My wife got this for me for Christmas one year. Bless her soul. I listened to this instead of music. So like this score, there's two versions of it. There's a standard one, and then there's a silver one. And the silver one, of course, looks like the sphere from the movie. You have to have both, right? When I was getting married, my buddies were planning a bachelor trip. We're all skateboarders, so we were going on a little skateboard adventure up in Connecticut. I'm from New Jersey, so it was kind of a trek for us. But without me knowing, my friends subtly asked me, like, "Hey, Bill, like, what's your favorite movie of all time?" And I told them Phantasm, and they all showed up to pick me up in a minivan, and they all had these shirts on. That's the date me and my wife were getting married, and they used a quote from Phantasm for my bachelor party shirt.
The funeral is about to begin.
Sir. Just really sweet, and just goes to show you, like, my love for this movie really, really runs deep, even though this is a little dark. Obviously, I have the VHS tape. Not much of a VHS collector these days. I just like to have tapes of movies that I'm really passionate about, and this just so happens to be my favorite movie of all time. So, of course, have to have this one with the amazing cover art. Also got the limited edition Blu-ray that J.J. Abrams actually had this remastered, which, if you don't know, he based one of the Star Wars characters in the new trilogy, I think her name was Phasma, after the movie Phantasm, because her stormtrooper outfit was silver like the ball. Also got the Well Go USA edition of all the movies. And this set came in like a pretty cool box set that looks like the marble of the mausoleum. And came with this guy. A model of the sphere, which, as you know, in the movie, the tall man sends these things out to hunt people down, and it latches onto their brains like, bah. and just sucks their fucking brains out. How fucking cool is that? Have to have one of these. I don't have like a real one. This one's obviously just like hollow plastic, but maybe one day I'll pick up a real one. I even got this silly tall man tattoo when I was about 20 or 21 years old. Also have, I think this, what is this? Cult Classics by NECA. This is like before NECA was like what it is today. You know, when the hell are you going to see like a tall man figure with like the little dwarves and the poles that people latch onto in the movie? It's so fucking sick.
Is it a nightmare?
My first horror convention ever, I went to meet a bunch of the people who played Jason Voorhees. And to my surprise, the cast of Phantasm was there signing for, I think it had to only have been like the 25th anniversary, maybe 30th or something, but I didn't know they were going to be there. And they were all signing these autographs for free, which is like, that would never happen these days. I unfortunately don't have like any pictures with any of these people because they were all behind like a really long table. But I was really happy I got to meet all these people, and they gave me this poster to have signed, which was awesome. Why do you like this movie? You're like, how did you see this movie? And I told the story about my dad and all that. But yeah, it's signed by Bill Thornberry, Reggie Bannister, Don Coscarelli, the director, of course, Kat Lester. At a later convention, A. Michael Baldwin was there, but he wasn't on the guest list, so I had to have him sign this, and I didn't have my poster with me. But still cool to have met him, too, because he's obviously, like, the main character. I never got the chance to meet the tall man, ever. Angus Scrimm is obviously passed away now, but he never went to any of the conventions near me at the time, and it's really sad that I never got a chance to meet him, just being as this is my favorite movie and all. I probably wouldn't ever buy like his autograph secondhand, just because that kind of defeats the purpose. Just buying someone's autograph just seems kind of disingenuous to me.
You see, my lady left me lonely. Yes, she did.
A truly fucking bizarro nightmare movie where you don't know if it's his dream, you don't know who's dead, who's alive. The ending is you're led to believe one of the main characters died ahead of time. Like, the fucking spheres are sucking people's brains out. Tall man turns into a woman with amazing tits at one point and stabs people. There's fortune telling. Little dwarves, fingers turning into flies, blood turning yellow. A guy pisses himself after his brains are sucked out. Another dimension that looks like the planet Mars. It's so insane. It sounds insane, right? If I could recommend any movie to anyone, it would always be Phantasm, just because it's so easy to watch, it's so fun. Get sucked into the score. This is my favorite horror movie of all time. I could wax poetic about this movie forever. I couldn't even truly describe what the main plot is, but I think that's why I like it so much. And anyway, if you haven't checked out Phantasm, what the hell are you waiting for? So what are your thoughts on Phantasm? Do you like Phantasm? Do you think it's one of the worst movies you ever saw? I don't care either way, but let me know down in the comments below if you know, just your thoughts on Phantasm, even if you think it sucks. And until next time, stay cool and adios, guys.